Vegetarian is easy and delicious. This is one of my favorite one-pot stew recipes, tangy, spicy, and so flavorful.
Do you all love hot and sour mustard green stew as much as I do? This vegan version is my own recipe, inspired by many others, and of course, it's super easy to make. Hot and sour mustard greens are tangy, refreshing, and spicy, perfect for when you have no appetite. The mustard greens have a slight bitterness, but simmered in the sour spicy broth, they turn sweet and tender crisp.
Let's start cooking.
Ingredients: mustard leaf, tomatoes, carrot, bean curd nuts, vegan fish, shiitake mushrooms, asam jawa, tamarind, dried chilies, ginger. Asam jawa is a popular souring agent in Southeast Asian cuisine, made from tamarind, with a distinct fruity aroma and tangy flavor. Besides tofu nuts and vegetarian fish, you can also add veggie meatballs, tofu skin, or anything you like. Just toss in whatever you prefer, no rules needed. Peel and roll in cube a carrot. Adding carrots to hot and sour mustard greens brings a touch of natural sweetness and enriches the texture. The carrots turn tender and soak up the flavors, creating a perfect contrast with the crisp greens, making the broth even more delicious. Mustard greens trap dirt easily. Separate each leaf and rinse under running water, scrubbing the root area thoroughly. Soak in salted water for 10 minutes after washing to remove any remaining grit or insects. After removing the roots, thinly slice the stems and cut the leaves into wide sections. This keeps them crisp, tender, and helps absorb flavors better. Cut larger pieces for extra crunch or smaller bits for deeper flavor. Adjust to your preference. Adding shiitake mushrooms to hot and sour mustard greens infuses the broth with earthy richness, deepening the tangy, spicy flavors. Cut mushrooms into thick slices or chunks. They'll soak up the broth while staying meaty and satisfying. Use dried shiitake for intense umami or fresh ones for a lighter taste. Pick your favorite. Adding ginger slices to hot and sour mustard greens soup not only balances the slight bitterness, but also adds a warming, spicy aroma. Adding tomatoes to hot and sour mustard greens boosts the broth's tangy depth with natural fruity acidity. It's the flavor game changer. When simmered until tender, tomatoes melt into the broth, mellowing the acidity and perfectly complementing the greens' crunch. Use ripe tomatoes for sweeter tang, balance with just half if you prefer less sharpness. Sliced vegan fish once thawed. Adding vegetarian fish to hot and sour mustard green soup, each bite bursts with rich, tangy, spicy flavor as it soaks up the broth. The soybean-based texture of vegetarian fish absorbs flavors exceptionally well, becoming even more savory than real fish when simmered. Cut into thick slices. They're perfect when slightly puffed up, tender outside with a satisfying bite inside. For extra flavor, pan-fry the veggie fish first. A light crisp seals in juices and adds aroma. Adding tofu nuts to hot and sour mustard green soup, they soak up the tangy broth like little sponges, bursting with flavor in every bite. Toss some dried chilies into the hot and sour mustard green soup. The toasted spice from hot oil kicks the tangy broth up a notch, making you sweat with just one sip. Adding asam water tamarind juice to hot and sour mustard green soup, its natural fruity acidity creates a refreshing, appetizing broth, the soul of Southeast Asian flavor. Soak asam tamarind pulp in hot water for 10 minutes. Need to extract thick paste, then strain. Voila! Authentic sour broth base. Let's start cooking. Heat all in the wok. Toast dried chilies and ginger slices over medium-low heat until they dance and release that addictive smoky aroma. This builds the flavor foundation. Add carrot, shiitake mushrooms, and tomatoes and stir fry. Add mustard green. Mustard greens may seem bulky when raw, but they shrink significantly when cooked, so don't hesitate to use a generous amount. 500 grams of fresh mustard greens cooks down to about 2 bowls, double the quantity if serving a crab tilde. Add tamarind sauce. Keep the pulp for intense sourness, or strain for smoother texture. Add water until it's 2 to 3 centimeters above the greens. This makes a rich broth without being watery. For more broth lovers, just add an extra bowl of water. Add bean curd nuts and vegan fish slices. Seasoning: 1 tablespoon vegan oyster sauce, 1 teaspoon salt, 1 teaspoon sugar, 1 teaspoon vegetable sauce. Stir to combine all ingredients, then cover and maintain a gentle simmer for flavors to develop. Using a pressure cooker significantly reduces cooking time while locking in flavors. As the hot and sour mustard greens stew bubbles away, its tangy spicy aroma fills the entire kitchen, making everyone's mouth water. Hot and sour mustard green stew is ready so easy, right? Ladle it out and enjoy. Generous portions, incredible flavors, a dish that brings everyone to the table. The vegan hot and sour mustard green stew is incredibly umami-rich. Shiitake mushrooms add earthy depth while tomatoes provide natural tanginess. Carrots lend subtle sweetness to balance the spicy sour profile. Tofu nuts soak up the broth while veggie fish adds textural contrast. All ingredients harmonize in the tangy spicy broth like a flavor symphony. Who says plant-based food is bland? This pot will change your mind. Mustard greens are a nutritional powerhouse, packed with vitamins C, K and minerals like calcium and iron. It contains 5x more antioxidants than common veggies, fighting free radicals effectively. Unique glucosinolates convert to cancer-fighting compounds when chewed. The more you crunch, the healthier. With low calories and high fiber, it's a detox and weight management champion.
Who should avoid eating mustard greens?
Kidney stone sufferers should limit intake. Anticoagulant users monitor portions. And those with gastric sensitivity introduce mustard greens gradually. For brighter acidity, a squeeze of fresh lemon adds vibrant citrus notes that elevate the broth. Southeast Asian pro tip: add a same slices tamarind for mellow, fruity sourness. Use lemon for quick cook freshness or tamarind for slow simmer depth. Mix and match. Traditional belief warns against mustard greens for joint pain, but scientific evidence remains inconclusive. Hope you like my recipe sharing. Follow my channel so you may refer to the recipes in the future anytime you like. By the way, if you are looking for delicious recipes, welcome to check out my recipe playlist. I like easy recipe because I believe that delicious food must be simple and quick to prepare. After all, there are so many things going on every day, right? I have just started to be vegan for a few months. I have also been trying to learn simple vegetarian recipes. I found that vegetarian food is not only healthy and delicious, but also very easy to make. If you are a vegan beginner like me, let's learn to cook vegetarian food together. My channel will also start sharing how I find vegetarian recipes that are suitable for vegan like me when eating out. If you are a meatless person like me, then there is no problem with putting it in your eating out diary. Vegetarianism can be divided into the following categories, and their differences are briefly summarized. Vegan, do not consume any animal products, including meat, fish, eggs, milk, honey, etc. Avoid using animal products such as leather and wool. Lacto-ovo-vegetarian, do not eat meat or fish, but eat eggs and dairy products such as milk and cheese. Lacto-vegetarian, do not eat meat, fish, eggs, but eat dairy products such as milk and sourdough. For VO-vegetarian, do not eat meat, fish, dairy products, but eat eggs. Pescatarian, do not eat red meat or poultry but eat fish, seafood, and may also eat eggs and milk. Flexitarian, mainly vegetarian, occasionally eat a small amount of meat or fish, without strict restrictions. Religious, cultural vegetarianism such as Buddhist vegetarianism and Hindu vegetarianism may prohibit the consumption of specific meats such as beef, pork, or 5 pungent vegetables such as onions and garlic. Main difference: whether eggs, milk, fish are included, and the degree of strictness. Veganism is the strictest, and flexitarianism is the most relaxed. Try to start with one meat-free day. Weekly small steps create big impacts. Heal the planet. Each vegan meal slashes 50% carbon footprint and saves water. Your fork protects forests and wildlife habitats. Kindness matters. Choosing veggies means saying yes to compassion, reducing farmed animal suffering with every bite. Boost your health. Plant-based meals packed with fiber and antioxidants cut heart disease risks, leaving you energized and glowing. I share delicious recipes every day, so don't miss it. Thanks for watching. See you in next video.